at 6 o'clock on Thursday, August 11th, and I am at the access to the Tim River. I think it's actually Tim Lake. Part of it's Tim River, part of it's Tim Lake. I'm actually staying on Tim Lake. All the campsites are booked for tonight, so I'm a little bit concerned if everybody's already here. That means there's just one site open somewhere, so I have to go find it. But I have lots of time until it gets dark. I'm staying here for 2 nights. I've got my fishing rod. I've got some delicious food. I'm gonna do a little bit of relaxing, do a little bit of exploring up the river probably tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll see some moose, and just gonna check out the area. It's been a while since I've been here, so I'm excited to be back, and I'm gonna get on my way. All right, I am on the water. This waterway can get a little bit dried up, and it can cause some challenges in certain areas. So hopefully it's all free and clear, and first campsite that I find is absolutely amazing, and it's open, and I'm all set. Fingers crossed, this is a animal-rich camping weekend. Just stunning out here. Well, it's 20 after 6. I've been paddling for just over 15 minutes. By the time I took a few pictures and launched the canoe, it was about 5 after. So I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm almost into the main part of the lake, and I'm trying to figure out what the best strategy is of which direction to paddle. There are 3 campsites on an island, which is the first thing that you come to. Actually, the one island campsite, the very first one that you come to, is kind of by itself, and then all the other ones are all on the other side. So there's 2 on the other side of the island, and then 3 on the opposite shore. So I think as far as like privacy and peacefulness and quiet, I would think that first campsite would be the best one for that. I believe that one will get sunset, but I don't think it will get sunrise. 2 on the other side of the island will definitely get sunrise, but they probably won't get sunset. And then all the ones on the opposite shore, and one of the ones is the one that I stayed on before, which is closest to the creek. I believe I got sunrise and sunset, but the sunrise wasn't exactly on the campsite. It was like up the river, the creek. But I believe I have a picture of my kayak with the sun coming up behind it that I took at that campsite. So we might get it there, but I don't know which campsite's going to be more popular. I would think that most people would try to stay on the island first. I'm going to keep moving and hopefully find a site that is awesome, nice and quiet, and has a bit of firewood. I know, I don't ask for much, right? Well, as I'm exiting the creek here, I believe I can actually see that first campsite on this side of the island, and it looks like there's stuff there, a tarp, a tent. It's inhabited from what I can tell, I believe. I'm just behind a little island right now. It's the last bit of land before I get out into the open lake. And once I see that, I can decide what the situation is. If there's somebody on there, then I'm just going to go straight through, and I will be able to see all 5 of the other campsites in that corridor within a certain amount of time. So can't tell for sure 100%, but I see something white. And I think I see a canoe stashed there. Yeah, I see a person now, so I'm 100% sure someone's there. So I'm just going to paddle straight through and Hope that I don't end up with the suckiest campsite on the lake. Yeah, whatever I get, I'll just make it work. I always do. Somehow, I'll make it work. Alright, it is 6:45. I just passed the point on the island. There's a really nice family there, a whole bunch of people, and they look like they're having a great time. They said they just got here a couple hours ago, and they are certain that the other island campsite on this side of the lake has people on it, and I know that the island is now full. So I'm heading to the site that I stayed on last time, because that's really the one I was aiming for. I like to go to new places and explore new places and all that, but I remember on that trip specifically that I went through all 3 campsites, checked them. I actually got out and checked all 3 of them, and the other 2 aren't that great. They both look like they might be open. I think they are. But the far one that I was aiming for originally by the river also looks like it's open. It's hard to tell because it's a pretty sheltered campsite. It's like got an opening up at the top of the hill, but there's quite a few trees around it. So I'm not sure what the situation is, but I think it might be empty. I think all 3 of them might be empty, so I'm kind of racing over there to see. Well, it is 6:50, and I am just getting close enough to the campsite that I can see, or I think I can see, that there is nobody on it. Trying to remember as much as I can about it. I know I filmed a video cooking there, basil prosciutto pasta, I believe it was. I remember that the landing, the access was really bad. It was really hard to get in and out, and I had my kayak. But there was a nice flat spot at the top for my tent and for me to sit. And it does get sun set, and I got a bit of sunrise. I think out of the 3 options, I know out of the 3 options of those campsites that are left, this is the best option. Unless somebody's hiding in the bushes, or they've pulled their canoe right up, or they're taking a nap in their tent and I can't see it, I think the campsite is open. So I'm pretty happy about that, because this is the one that I was aiming for. Well, not too shabby at all. 1 hour after I left the access, I am at a campsite. The canoe is up and flipped over. Still have to tie it. And I've got all my stuff up here. People who are camping at the other end of the island have some very loud screaming children, which is right across from me. But such is life, it's summer, so at least that means hopefully they'll be quiet at night. So I'm okay with that. Beautiful view of the sun going down here. And there's a whole bunch of firewood. I mean, it's not like enough for the whole weekend, but it's plenty for tonight at least, until I have a chance to gather some more for tomorrow and tomorrow night. And means I can get my steak on pretty quick. All right, it's 25 after 7. I'm doing pretty well. I've got the tent up. It took me forever to find the flattest spot, but I think I got it. I've got the thermarest blown up, my pillow blown up, my sleeping bag, backpacks in the tent, clothes are in there, shoes are outside waiting to be put on. I didn't get my sandals very wet, and so far the bugs aren't too bad, so I'm just gonna leave them on for now. My main goal right now is to get a fire going so I can get that potato cooking. I just made it out here before the sun started to dip below the trees. So that's nice. Goodbye, sun. I didn't get to see much of you today, but hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And I've got a fire started. I have my potato in some foil. So I'm going to grab that out of the bear vault and just stick it very, very close to the fire, if not even almost in the fire, so that that can start getting cooked. It took me a little bit to set up the rocks here. It's a very shallow fire pit, so I put some bigger rocks up top, and I can put the grill right on there. As long as I put that rock in the corner to push it down, it should stay put. And just like that, 7:40, and the sun is already gone. It's not down yet, but I can see it over there. And if I was on those two other campsites, I would have it, but that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that because I really like this campsite, and I feel very grateful that I got it today. And I have a very curious chipmunk here who is used to being fed, I'm assuming, because as soon as I put all my stuff down here, it was literally in all of my bags trying to find some food. I scared it off because I don't want it to expect to get fed, because it will not be getting fed here. I don't feed animals. I've got the potato right there by the edge of the fire, and I think it's heating up quite well. So just waiting to see if the sky's going to do anything. Right now it's kind of just like a light orangey color. And there's a little family of loons on the lake. I'm guessing a mom, a dad, and 2 babies, I think I saw. They've been hanging out pretty much in front of the site, but of course now that I've come out to look, they've disappeared. I haven't actually gone down here since I came up with all my stuff. So I still have to tie up the boat. Always tie it up. You never know what's going to happen, right? Well, I just went to turn off the camera and I heard a little hoot, and the loons are swimming towards the site. The baby has disappeared, or sometimes they're on their backs. But yeah, they're coming this way. So I'm filming these guys over here coming towards the campsite, and I just walk over here and there's another one sitting here on this side. Hello. I have a bag from Paddle Canada. It has like my tow rope in it and has a whistle on it and a bailer. It's kind of like a little safety kit. It clips to the back of my canoe. You've probably seen it in a lot of my videos. So what I did was I put it up on the tree because it has a reflective strip on it, and then I put a whole bunch of my green string. I tied the canoe to the tree, but then I put a whole bunch of the string like all over the tree, kind of like a garland. I'll show you tomorrow because I don't feel like walking down there, but just so if somebody comes and they're looking for a campsite, you know, because it's going to start to get darkish soon. I've seen people paddling through here in the dark looking for sites, so that way they can flash their light right across the lake and they'll see that and know that somebody's here. I kind of wish like they had some kind of a code for camping in the backcountry when you're on a site. Like, I don't know, you just bring a red bandana or an orange bandana and you hang it from a tree so people know. Like, sometimes you have to paddle pretty far to look, and then you're there and it's like, oh. My canoe blends in so well with the scenery here that you can't see it. Plus it's flipped over. It's kind of hidden behind the trees. All right, my potato's doing much better. It wasn't really heating too well, so I took a couple of really hot coals and put them underneath. It actually looks like it's kind of on fire now. It's in foil, so I guess it should be fine. I decided that it was time for a drink. Yes, I brought a drink. I brought a bunch of drinks. This Gatorade bottle right here. Not full, but it's up to here with coconut rum, so got a good couple of drinks in there for the weekend, maybe 4 if it's in the bear vault, because I don't have much in there because I'm only here for, you know, 2 nights. And then I have to go with it, berry blueberry meal. So I'm gonna make that up in my little titanium pot that I got from Kid Products. The reason being, it's bigger and I only have to make like one drink and it'll last me forever because my cup is tiny. But I like my cup, it's great, but this is nice to sit and have a drink. It's got a little handle and it fits my ice. So usually when I go on a trip like this, if I'm bringing meat for the first night, a couple days before I go out, I usually have a couple of these in my freezer all the time, but I just fill a Ziploc bag with some water, zip it up, make sure it's not leaking before you put it in there, throw it in the freezer, and then I bring it with me. And this will probably melt by tomorrow, but anything that I bring in the cooler bag is going to be eaten tonight, or it's going to be transferred to the bear vault. So this will be empty when I go to sleep. Therefore, there's no need for the ice anymore, which means I get to enjoy it with a nice beverage. And sit here and enjoy my fire, and I think it should be time to, it's a generous portion. It's a big cup, so I figured, you know, I haven't had coconut rum in a while. I'm pretty excited. Put some water in there. See, it's a big drink. It's what, like, I think it's 2 cups of water. Can't see on the side because it's all burnt up from me putting it on the fire. I don't know, 4 squeezes maybe? It's a big one. Cheers. The loon said, oh, cheers, cheers. Oh, that is delicious. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'll see you in a bit. Blueberry. Malibu coconut rum. You're so tasty. Butterfingers, but I got it. Well, it's 9 o'clock and this is the scene here. It's not quite dark out there on the water, but it's getting pretty dark here. And it's hard to film in the dark, especially when you're making food, but that's the situation I'm in and I'm okay with it. My steak is looking beautiful. The potato, the last time I made a video about it, I checked it right after and it was actually done, so it's nice and soft. And I'm just waiting for my steak to cook a little bit more in the middle. The outside looks spectacular, but when I cut it open, I realized that because it was still a little bit frozen, the middle was taking a little longer to cook. So it's almost ready. Over here, I have got my delicious drink and I have the toppings for the potato. There's a nice big couple of chunks of butter there. This is 2-year-old cheddar. I didn't bring my grater, so I just kind of crumbled it up. Did the same thing with 2 pieces of bacon, and those are the chives from my garden. So I'm going to cut the potato open. I'm going to put all that yummy stuff on top of it, and it's going to be so, so good. And then I can eat my steak with it. So hopefully it's done soon. I'm starving. All right, it's just a few minutes after 9, and there is my dinner. Doesn't it look delicious? I'm going to sit here and eat. There's still a little bit of a view here, and got a nice fire going. There's supposed to be a meteor shower, but supposedly the moon is going to be too bright to be able to see them, but I'm going to check periodically and see if I can see anything, but for now I'm going to devour this. My bear vault also makes a great table. I'm really excited, but I can't tell you why yet. You might be able to see it in the camera, but I just want to finish eating my dinner first, and then I'll go over and show you. It's really, really awesome. All right, I brought a Snickers for dessert. I bought a couple of 4-packs at the Dollarama at the start of summer to take on the tripping trips, and I thought, I'm gonna bring one as a treat. Anyways, I looked over my shoulder while I was eating my dinner, and in the distance, I could see the moon. So I'm walking down to where the canoe is, and I'm gonna see what I can see here. Well, that is absolutely stunning. Didn't get much of a sunset, but look at this moonrise. Just beautiful. If I zoom out too far, it goes black. See, like this. But this is what it looks like here. Fairly bright. You can see across the lake. Not super bright, but it's enough. And I think you might be able to see some of the stars on my phone. I'm not sure. But there are quite a few out already. Even with the moon up, you can see them. You're supposed to be able to see meteors, but it said that the moon might be too bright. You just have to kind of try to get the sky when the moon's not up. So maybe I waited too long, but oh well, this is a nice substitute. Well, it's 10 o'clock and I'm just sitting here by the fire. It's actually cooled down quite a bit. I'm wearing my tank and my long sleeve, and I feel like I need another layer. I'm a little bit nervous because I didn't bring my fleece tights. I looked at the weather last night and it was like low of 10, and then today I looked at the weather and it was like low of, feels like 6. I think it's tonight or tomorrow night. I think it's like 4 or 5 a.m. I'm like, oh geez. It's just about 11 o'clock and this is the scene here. The moon has moved over to the open space that shines on my campsite. I don't know if you can see, but it's creating shadows on the ground, which is pretty cool. That's how bright it is. And I got a nice crackling fire going over here. I'm just sitting here in my chair listening to my audiobook and enjoying the call of the loons. Well, this is my current view on Tim Lake in Algonquin Park. Beautiful full moon out tonight, reflecting in the water, its mirror. Just absolutely gorgeous. The moonbeams lighting up a patch of lily pads there in front of the trees. It's pretty cool. Now it's about 20 after 11. Moon is still looking amazing, and I'm gonna make my way to the tent. I am super tired and I'm probably gonna get up very early tomorrow to paddle up the river and see if I can find myself a moose. I'm just out here messing around with these moon shadows. You can't see it as good in the video as you can in the photo, but I've been like taking pictures of my shadow doing stuff. Because the moon is just that bright that there's like shadows, like good shadows. So just entertaining myself. I was going to bed, but I don't know what happened. These are moments that I will cherish forever. Well, it's midnight. I kept trying to go in the tent, and then the loons would have like a duel, and they were just all going at the same time. There was tremolo calls, there was the whale, they're going back and forth, the moon's glistening on the water. It's just a spectacular Algonquin night, like epic Algonquin night. Whenever I come to this area, Rain Lake, Tim, McCraney, all these spots, I always hear a lot of wildlife, owls, loons, frogs, stuff like that. And sometimes I'm even lucky enough to see moose. So I'm really, really hoping that I'm going to see a moose tomorrow. But I have to go to sleep because it's midnight and the sun comes up at like, I don't know what it is, 5:50, 6 o'clock, something like that, 6:10. I have to check. Oh, I can't check. I have no signal. I thought I would have a signal here. I don't know why. I did screenshot the weather but I don't know if I have sunrise, sunset, but I have it from my last trip like a couple weeks ago, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, if I want to get up at like 6, that only gives me 6 hours sleep, but I can always have a nap after, or, have a nap in the hammock. I got a great breakfast. I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm going to have it for lunch though, or breakfast, so we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to go to sleep and I will see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, I turned my headliner, aka buff, aka neck gaiter, into a little hat because I didn't bring a toque, and it's supposed to be kind of coolish tonight, and I like to have my head covered, and I don't really have a hood or a toque, so I turned this into a toque. You just you lay it out, and then you twist the middle, and then you fold it on top of itself. You have to do it inside out though, so that the colors come out. It's not inside out when you put it on your head. So it's just keeping my ears warm, and I just braided my hair because it gets super naughty. Naughty. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to bed. Good night. Good morning. It is 6:30. I'm a little bit late. I'm super tired. It took me forever to fall asleep. I was so cold last night. I put on both pairs of my pants and even opened up a hot pocket, and I still have it on my chest. And then I woke up at like 5 a.m. to go to the privy, and you could see your breath, but I was fine. And I was really warm. So my thermometer's showing it's 12.5 degrees. So I'm not sure why I was so cold, but I get like that sometimes when I go to bed. Anyways, I have got all my stuff ready. I'm gonna go jump in the canoe and paddle into the river. Hopefully I can see a moose. I've heard all kinds of sounds and stuff walking over there. So I'm hoping I see something. Fingers crossed. I have my sandals on, but I found a way to get into the water over there without getting my feet wet, which was important because it's kind of chilly this morning and I wanted to wear my socks and my hikers, but I can't get them wet. So anyways, I'm on the water, snuck on here super quiet, and I'm gonna paddle up the river. Got a big beaver in front of me. I think it's a beaver. Just went under. Just come out from the shore. And I turn on the camera. I think I got it, but it might be too far away for you to see it. But it's like literally was right in front of me. I'm waiting to see the sun. I saw it across the lake. It was on the landing site. But I haven't caught a glimpse yet or felt the sun's rays. Gorgeous. Well, I had a beautiful glimpse of the sun. It was huge because of the fog, and now it's gone again. Got another beaver straight ahead. He just plunked his tail at me. He's not hiding. He's coming towards me. It's me. Oh, hi, buddy. Good morning. Big beaver. Good morning. Wow. Very brave. Guarding its territory. letting me watch it. Oh, there you go. Thank you. That was really nice. Up around this next corner is where I saw the moose the last time I was here, so I'm hoping he's hanging out there again today. God, look, there's otters or something. Look at them all. They're snorting at me. Oh, how cute. Oh my gosh. Good morning. What? There must have been about 7 of them. Hi. Oh, they're so big. Must be trying to ward me off. Look at them in the tree there. I've never seen anything like it. I switched to turn the camera so I could get a video in portrait. And then they disappeared. But I just snorted a couple of times and I hear one talking back. He's behind the tree there. No? I thought that was a pretty good imitation. This is actually where I saw the moose last time, right here. So I'm gonna keep paddling and see what else I can see. I don't know how many there were. There had to be at least 7, maybe 8 or 9 even. They were all sitting here in the lily pads with their heads bobbing up and down. At first I just thought they were like, you know, like stumps sticking out. Still there. I can hear one of them, or a couple of them, but they're not popping up and down like whack-a-moles anymore. Already worth getting up, say. I only slept like not even 6 hours, but I can always have a nap for the afternoon or even when I get back before I have breakfast. I don't care. There's the sun. It looks gorgeous. There's my moose. This is going to be a struggle. Very shallow today. Oh, there's a queen. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.